全国のモルックファンの皆さん、こんばんは。モルッククラブ JP、ハルスピリング JOKT です。さて、前回ハーストーリーでは、大体ね、こんな殺人があって、彼女の夫が、いなくなって殺人なんじゃないかって言われてて、みたいな、周りの情報だけゲットして、詳細に関しては全くまだ分かってないといったところなんですが、今回グラスゴーっていうワードが出てきたので、そこで検索をしてみようかなと思います。よいしょ。10個ですね。で、これも最初の5個しか見つからないと。結構、服装から見るに、後半のクリップが出てきたかなって感じですね。なかなか時系列通りにはクリップ集まんないですね。
I got in the car and I drove. I just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep.
これいつの時点の話なのかっていうのがわからないからね。とにかく北に走って気づいたらグラスゴーにいたと。
Yes. I got to Glasgow. I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from the payphone, and then headed back.
特に何をするわけでもなく、翌日になったら戻ったっていうことらしいですね。なんだろうね。全然わかんない。この時点ではまだわかんないんだろうけどさ。これ3番目の見たやつ見るか。
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time, it must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
っていう前のビデオとつながるわけですね。
No, I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning.
ちょっと短いビデオだったら何のこっちゃわかんないですね。
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
なんか新しい情報できましたね。タクシーにぶつかって、その時免許持ってなくて、でも妊娠をしてて、病院に行ったと。妊娠をしてた。これいつぐらいの話なの？妊娠13個。
I got pregnant. Both our parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room. And they decided we should get married.
2人を結婚する。それは、この人とサイモンのことを結婚させようっていうことなのか。そうなのかな。
I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months. We carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after.
ああ、妊娠してたんだけど、流産をしてしまったのか。で、サイモンの実家を出た。これいつ時点のことを喋ってるのかっていうのがわかんないから難しいですね。この赤いジャケット着てる日も多分最近のことを喋ってるわけではなさそうですね。
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
相続。サイモンの両親が亡くなって、またその両親が家に戻ってきたのかな。なんかそんないきさつのようには見えますね。
Yes, I'm fine. I won't be sick again. This happened some days. I'm pregnant. It's morning sickness.
ここで妊娠してるのって BGM が変わった？なんで BGM 変わったまた妊娠を再度しているのかな？これ喋ってるときは。そういうことなのでしょうか。なんすかこの BGM は。
No. Well, yes. He found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant.
13個しか見つかってないからな。サイモンあたりで絞っているか。4個。この後ろの方のクリップはなんかね、真相に近づいてる感じがしてね、ちょっとドキッとするんだよね。緊張するんだよね、ここら辺の時系列を見るのは。まあ見ましょう。
Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous. Didn't want to share.
Hannah?
Even the first date. We went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went. Kept changing places in the toilet.
Huh?
We only had one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me. But that was it. We didn't want another Carl on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back. After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
は？ちょっと情報が多い。このクリップだけ。このクリップだけ情報が多い。全然前やった時のことを思い出せないんだけど、情報が多いですね。
Hannah was so smitten with
Hannah?
Simon. She started getting jealous, didn't want to share. Even the first date, we went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went, kept changing places in the toilet. We only had the one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes.
入れ替わり続け
I
るっ
thought
て。
we had terrible bladder problems.
二人いるってこと？
The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me. But that was it. We didn't want another Carl on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back. After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him.
Hannah.
Broke the rules.
Hannah.
Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him.
Hannah.
I mean, that's when she got pregnant.
Hannah?
From that one time.
何？入れ替わり？双子だったってこと？で入れ替わって花の方が妊娠をしてうんぬんかんぬん。これ摂取の保存ですね。カールっていうのができたね。でこれですよ。これ1分55秒。長いっすよ。
The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow, so we were separated again. I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognized me, I started wearing a wig. Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant. But I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers. Drunk guys I'd met in clubs, in parks and alleyways. I was 17. It felt like I was being punished. But it was Hannah who had betrayed us. I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD. When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan.
情報量が多いな。情報量が多いんで、もう一回ちょっと止めながら。
The parents decided there would be a wedding.
これは花とサイモンがその両親の家に、サイモンの両親に行って別々に暮らすようになりました。屋根裏っていうのがわかんないけど、ここら辺がちょっとよくわかんないね。屋根裏ってなんだろう。人向けがウィッグをかぶりになったな。あとは公園でやってた。妊娠しようとしたっていうのは多分これは、またサイモンの奥さんとして入れ替わり続けるために同じタイミングで妊娠を。でもそんなことできんのかな。まあ裏切ったのは花の方ですよって。で、別々の人間になるべきだっていう話が出たが、それを嫌がって、 ハーとサイモンが自分の家を持ち次第、私もそこに移ることだ。だからこれもこっそり入れ替わろうとしてるのかな。あ、結構なんかね、結構深いところに入ってきましたよ。結構これ後半のやつじゃない？ここら辺も。後ろの方っていうか。何で検索しよう。花って言いましたね。はいはいはいはいはい。19がまあ、これとりあえず最初出たここ見ましょうか。
My name is Hannah. Hannah. It's Palindrome. It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work from Lyric though, it's not quite symmetrical, but well, I mean, you get the idea. Sorry. Hannah Smith, I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
これは自分の名前を言ってるのかな。でも後に入れ替わったって言ってるから、この人が花なのか。あ、でもこれ取り調べ受けてる人もどっちかわかんないんだよね。これパッと見たと今俺の持ってる情報ではわかんないよね。これどっちか。わかんねえな。例えば自分のことこの人は花と自己紹介をしていました。これなんですかね。
What are you doing talking about Eve?
イブ。うわ。いなかったんだ。取り調べ官。イブの子なんだ。だからもう一人の名前はイブですよ。でね、気になるのはね、なんか机叩いてましたよね。トントントントン。あれなんすかね。ただ叩いてたようには見えなかったですよね。しときましょう。はい。これまた後半ですね、結構ね。
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
多分これつけられてるのは
Yes, my
嘘
name is
発
Hannah
見
Smith.
器的なやつですよね。
Oh, shit.
で、ハナ・スミスって言ってしまったって言ってるのは、なんか本当のことだけ喋ってくださいって言って、この人は本当にイブで、なんかつい癖で自分のことを花と名乗ってしまった。ってことそういうこと違う。
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
何な なんかちょくちょく画面が暗くなったりするんだよね。はあ、生まれた時に、フローレンス助産師がいて、これイーブですね。イーブの首にへその緒が巻きついてたため、私が死んでいると母に告げた。でもそれ嘘だ。嘘。本当は死んでなかった。彼女の日記、これは母親の日記に書いてある。
She recognized me from the window. She told me to come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. It was a dollhouse. She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
屋根裏部屋っていうところに、イブは隠れて生活をしてた。屋根裏。難しいな、これ11個とかさ、余分に見つかっちゃうからさ、全部見れないんだよね。そこが難しい。
Yes, I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV. Then the doll's house we had, we still have in the attic. It's kind of a fairy castle. We used to play up there and make up our own stories.
2人。ここでも2人って言ってんだね。
Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there?
これはちょっとよくわかんないな。
I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it. I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it. It was so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there. It's a beautiful thing. Wallpaper to scale, little furniture, the lights work, mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing in it, invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork for them all, passports, diaries, gave them all really elaborate stories. Once, a moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on. It was making the most horrendous noise. We tried to kill it, but it was tough. We ended up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
この辺はハナとイブがその屋根裏の部屋で遊んでたっていうことの話だよね。むずいな。むずいっすね。屋根裏花とかで。結構出てきますね。ここちょっとまた24分なので、またこの辺で切ります。はい。意外と思ったよりサクサク進んで、動画自体は多分これ集めるの結構大変だと思うけど、話自体はなんかやたらと見えてきた。でもサイモンの殺人あたりは全然見えてないですね。っていうので、そこ前半中盤あたりがなんか見つからずに後半の話ばっかり見てるみたいな状態ですが、また次回、よろしくお願いいたします。ありがとうございました。